Have you ever wondered if there are things you shouldn't say to your own family, especially after turning 65? It might sound strange at first. After all, isn't honesty the foundation of strong relationships? But here's the surprising truth. Some things, when shared, can create more stress than peace. Whether it's about your finances, your health, or even how you feel about past choices, a little silence can actually protect your independence and your relationships. In this story, we'll explore 5 powerful secrets that, if kept wisely, can lead to a calmer, happier life in your golden years. That brings us to the first secret, your full financial situation. It's natural to want to be open with your loved ones about your money, especially your children or grandchildren. But after 65, oversharing about your finances can lead to unintended stress, misunderstandings, or even conflict. Some family members might begin to expect help. Others might start making decisions for you before you're ready to hand over control. I remember Mr. Harold, a retired school principal from Ohio. He told his daughter about a modest investment he'd made years ago that had grown nicely. Soon after, she began suggesting ways he should use it for the family. Harold felt pressured, and eventually their warm conversations turned into uncomfortable ones about money. Instead of laying everything on the table, share what's necessary, but keep some boundaries. You've worked hard for decades. Your savings should be used in ways you choose, at your own pace. Think of it this way. Privacy isn't secrecy, it's protection. And protecting your financial independence can help you maintain a sense of peace and self-respect, especially as you age. Up next, we'll talk about a second type of information that's better kept close to your chest. Your personal regrets. Just like your finances deserve some privacy, so do your deep personal regrets. As we grow older, it's natural to reflect on the choices we made, the paths we didn't take, the mistakes we wish we could undo. But sharing those regrets too openly with family can sometimes create more harm than healing, especially when those regrets involve people they know or situations they can't change. Take Mrs. Ellen, for example, a widow in her early 70s from Arizona. She once shared with her son how she regretted marrying young and giving up her dream of becoming a nurse. Though she meant it as a moment of reflection, her son took it personally. He felt like his existence was tied to a mistake, and it strained their bond for years. Your family loves you, but they may not always know how to handle the weight of your past. Your regrets are part of your story, but they don't have to be passed down like heirlooms. Instead, consider journaling or sharing them with a trusted friend or counselor. Sometimes speaking them aloud isn't as healing as processing them privately. Now let's move to the third secret, one that can deeply affect your dignity, your plans for long-term care. While regrets can weigh heavy on the heart, there's another topic that touches something even more delicate, your plans for long-term care. After sharing deep regrets, many older adults feel the urge to open up about what they want when they can no longer fully care for themselves. And while that may seem practical, the details can often stir up anxiety, guilt, or even denial in your loved ones. I once met Mr. Gerald, an 80-year-old retired teacher in Florida, who decided to tell his daughter everything: what nursing home he preferred, how he wanted his belongings handled, even how he didn't want to be a burden. His daughter, just 35, was emotionally unprepared. She broke down in tears and avoided the topic for months. Talking about long-term care is important, but it's all about timing, tone, and boundaries. Instead of diving into every detail, consider preparing the legal documents and keeping them accessible. Share the basics when the moment feels right, and reassure your family that you've planned because you care, not because you're giving up. Up next, we'll talk about something that feels simple but can create silent tension: your full financial situation. Let's unpack why total transparency isn't always the kindest choice. Just like long-term care, your full financial situation can be a loaded topic, more than most people realize. After Mr. Gerald's experience with his daughter, he thought being transparent about his finances would ease her worries. So he showed her everything: bank accounts, investments, assets, debts. But instead of comfort, it created a new kind of pressure. She started second-guessing his spending, worrying about inheritance, and even felt burdened by responsibilities she hadn't asked for yet. It's a tough truth. Revealing every detail about your money can unintentionally shift the family dynamic. Adult children might feel overwhelmed, entitled, or even resentful, especially if they're already struggling financially themselves. Instead of a full download, think about what they actually need to know. Have a will. Appoint a trusted power of attorney. Organize your paperwork clearly. That way, in times of need, the right people have access without emotional overload. And if you really want to talk about finances, focus on what brings peace of mind, not numbers. Reassure them you've planned well and aren't expecting anything from them. Now let's explore one of the most emotional things you can choose to share: past family secrets. Some truths once spoken can never be unspoken. Just like money, family secrets carry a heavy emotional weight, and once they're out, there's no putting them back. After Gerald's financial talk with his daughter, he thought it might be a good time to finally open up about an old story he'd kept buried for decades. A long ago falling out with his brother that nearly tore the family apart. He believed sharing it might bring them closer. Instead, it caused confusion and tension. His daughter suddenly saw family members in a different light, and the warmth of old memories now had a shadow hanging over them. Here's the thing: some secrets don't heal when revealed. They harm, especially when the person hearing them wasn't part of that past and has no way to process the pain or fix the situation. Of course, not all secrets should stay hidden, but before you open that door, ask yourself, is this truth for my peace or theirs? Will sharing it help them or burden them? Sometimes the kindest choice is to make peace within yourself. Healing doesn't always require others to know everything. And now let's step into one last subtle area: your personal regrets. Believe it or not, those quiet reflections can shape the emotional health of your whole family. So, what's the takeaway from all this? As we age, protecting our peace often means knowing when to speak and when silence is the wiser choice. Not every truth needs to be told, especially if it risks disturbing the harmony you've built over the years. Whether it's your finances, family history, or personal regrets, your experience is valuable, but so is your emotional well-being. Think of it this way: you've earned the right to live peacefully. Use that wisdom to guide how much you share, and more importantly, how you share it. If this message resonates with you or reminds you of someone close, do me a favor. Like this video, share it with someone who might need it, and subscribe to Wisdom Guide Daily for more comforting, thoughtful life advice just like this. We're in this together, and every new subscriber helps us reach and support more seniors every day.